Hi everyone, this is Garrison, Fire Kingdoms at War. Today I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on a nice little terrain accent that'll make your War Machine or Horde's battlefield a little prettier and give you some nice functional cover terrain for your games. This is what I call a stone wood split fence. And for the split fence, let me zoom in here a little bit on the project. Basically what we've got is a fence that has three stone pillars, three simple stone pillars with wood, creating the connection between them to create the fence. And I make straight pieces and I have corner pieces. I can actually get that on camera there a little better. I have these corner pieces as well, alright, that you can see. So I have the corner pieces, the straight pieces, and this is a very simple project that I'm going to teach you how to do here in just a second. Basically, you're going to need only three cheap, easily available materials, and those materials are going to be coffee stirs. Okay, these are from Michaels, I believe, and they're just called, woodsies. All right, just sticks. They're simple wooden sticks, about 5 3/4 inches long. All right, you're going to need scrap piece of heavy cardboard, or this is matting board, which I like for terrain projects, a little sturdier than cardboard. It really is a heavy cardboard. And the last thing you'll need is just you'll need a piece of extra pink insulation foam laying around to make your stone bits from. All right, so basically what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to, from the matting board, I am going to cut out the shape of the bases, all right, that I want to use to build my fences on. The wood, coffee stirrers, one of my favorite terrain items, cheap, easily available, very useful, are going to become the wooden beams or planks that connect the stone bits of the fence. And the pink insulation foam is going to become the vertical pillars, okay, the stone pillars on this terrain, such as right here. So let me get some of those pieces into shape, and I'll show you how they go together. It's a very simple project, but quickly you can churn out some neat little terrain accents for your battlefield. So let's take a look at some of those pieces as they start to take shape and talk about putting them together. Okay, so here I have all my materials ready, cut into shape. For the base of the fence, which is basically what we're going to build the structure on, I've got my piece of matting board, or you could use heavy cardboard cut into an oval shape. Okay, I've cut off three little pieces of styrofoam. Each one's about an inch, almost an inch high. Okay, and those are going to be the three pillars that our fence kind of connects to. And then I've taken the coffee stirrers and I've cut them into 4 pieces, about 2 1/4 inches long. It can be whatever length you want. But the bottom line is these are going to go in and connect our fence, our pillars of our fence like this. It's really simple. I've got my Weld Bond glue, which is my favorite white glue. Any white glue will do. I just love the hold on this stuff. And a sanding block, because when you cut your styrofoam, sometimes you get some irregularities. So I just like to, a sanding block is a great tool for smoothing out styrofoam. I want this to look like a really archaic, worn wall, the split fence wall. So I just like to go in here and smooth some of the edges of my stone. Okay. And then if I need to flatten the bottom so I get a better stand, I can do that. So I basically get more of a smooth look to this thing. I want these to be irregular. I want this to look like it was put together haphazardly. By a long time ago, by people without a lot of resources, technology, or time. So I want these stones to look kind of worn and weathered, right? And that's why it's okay if these are not perfect squares or cubes, if you will. I want them to look irregular. Okay, that's going to add to kind of the charm of this worn fence. Get that a little flatter. Okay, so that's kind of the idea there. We've got our pillars ready to go. And now we need to connect them. This is really easy. Alright, so what we have to do is basically, we don't even need a knife or any other tools. What we're going to do is we're going to go in, and our first plank we're going to want to be a little bit off the ground. So you go just a little bit up above the base of the pillar, and you punch in your wood. Okay, so I've made an indentation in the wood right there where this slat's going to go. And then I can actually go ahead and do the same thing up a little higher, okay, like that. So actually, if I can hold this all together on camera for you, I'm going to be able to insert two slats like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make corresponding indentations in the pillar on this side. So these are basically, I'm making the holes where the planks are going to go into, just manually here, just punching it into the soft pink insulation foam, styrofoam, and piece of cake. Alright, I'm going to do this on this final piece, of course. I'm going to do it as well. This is so easy, this project, and I think you'll be impressed by what you can make so easily when you make this split fence. Alright, so now all I got to do is glue this all together. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of my first pillar here on the left, okay, and a little bit of glue on the middle. I'm going to be swishing these around a little bit. They're going to be moving around, but that's okay. Put a little glue on a slat on either side. Don't need a lot. Okay, now because these are, I just put glue on these pillars, they're still drying. I'm just going to maneuver this plank into place, and I'm really not too worried about things moving right now. They need to move so I can maneuver my pieces into place. I'm going to do the same thing on this plank. Little glue on either side. Temporarily, okay, separate, whoops. Separate this, and now that is pretty much ready to go in position. Now basically I got to do the same thing over here. Remember, I've got my little indentations already in place. And the nice thing about a glue like Weld Bond is this might be very moving around right now, but when this dries, it dries. So I'm going to put a little glue on the bottom of this pillar, put a little glue on the end of this slat and this slat. Okay. Go ahead and work that in there. Work it into the bottom of my pillar. Okay. Things are shifting around on me a little bit. That's not the end of the world. They will continue to shift until I've got all my planks in place. And when it dries, it'll be sturdy and look pretty. Alright, I'm going to put my last slat into place in the indentation that we kind of pre-punched. Okay. And you can see I've got a little shifting here, but it's not the end of the world. Okay. Got a lot of shifting. That's okay. Alright, so basically that is my fence ready to go. Got a little extra glue here. You might want to go in and wipe that off. But basically we've got our split fence, okay, ready to go. So it's basically going to be like this finished model here. Alright, when all said and done. I'm going to talk to you about basing in the next step after this dries, and a little bit about painting, and then we'll talk about some finishing touches too. Alright, so move on to that once this is dry. I'll be back in just a second.